Hi, it's Jonathan at anycolourcar.com. I just thought I'd give you an update on what's been happening for us. We're now on the April Fool's Day, yay! Although yesterday felt a lot like April Fool's Day to me. But yeah, today is the 1st of April. We've just finished our first quarter. For me personally, it's been a tough one. Lost my dad and laid my dad to rest in that quarter. So that's been really difficult. And then sort of a month after, Paul, who was the manager that we recruited a couple of years ago, has sadly, happy for him, but sad for us, he's resigned. So just when you think you're getting things on an even keel, something else happens, but that's the nature of our job, or I suppose any job. So yeah, so unfortunately Paul's leaving us. He's going on to work at a much bigger business with a lot more used cars for sale. So you know, obviously wish him the well, but it does mean that we're now looking at recruitment, and in that we're looking at we're going to recruit another sales advisor in the hopes that we're going to then promote Chris. So that's coming really good, really exciting. And what we also want is either ideally somebody who can help us grow the social media. That is our goal. The ideal candidate is somebody who can be a sales advisor, and this is not, you don't need experience because we don't actually do a hard sell. So just somebody, I would say, passionate about cars, enjoy dealing with the public, and interested in sort of social media and video content and all that sort of stuff. Alternatively, is there somebody part-time who would maybe do the social media as a part-time gig? And so yeah, the options are open. But as for the business in the first quarter, we've done okay. It's not been the best ever for definite, but it's been a damn sight better than 2025. It's been a lot better than the first quarter of 2025 and the last quarter of 2025. So for me, even though we've not pulled up any trees, done any records, I feel like that's really good news. So dead positive about that. Albeit we've had a slow start to this month, which is quite annoying, frustrating. But again, that's the jobs. They're the views. They're the ups and downs. And anybody will tell you this job is just a combination of highs and a combination of lows. There's nothing in between, unfortunately. So like yesterday, I was literally crying all day, and then another day you're celebrating, everything's going hunky-dory. But it is what it is. So we're into now April. This is the second quarter of the year. We want to smash it. We want to do as well as we can, and we're on the hunt for a good sales. And the most important thing is somebody's going to fit in, work with the team, not actually cause any disruption, because we've got a lovely team. I'm so proud of the team and the people that work here. We don't want to disrupt that, so it's really important that we get the right person. And that's that really. And yeah, of course Paul will be missed, and we wish him well, and obviously we'll all keep in contact. So that's that really. And then I just thought, interestingly, it's hard to explain how difficult it is to earn profit. And you think, oh, of course it is, but it genuinely is. Obviously there's huge costs, and it's very, very, very widely publicised that Auto Trader, everybody's got to be in the bunny about Auto Trader. Obviously that's a big expense. So for a business like ours, we're spending between 10 and 15,000 a month on marketing. We've got the upkeep of the buildings, which is a big expense, but obviously the biggest cost for us is definitely just people. It's just the people costs, the payroll, huge, absolutely massive, and you know that's going up again. I mean, a friend of mine runs a big car supermarket group, and he said yesterday or day before, I spoke to him the day before. He said that the minimum wage change, and the interest rates going up, and the fuel is equivalent to around £650,000 in costs a month. So obviously that's nothing like that for us, like nothing like that. But we will, the living wage going up and the fuel going up and the interest rates going up, that all does affect us. It's not as vast, but it does affect us. So we've got that to sort of contemplate as well. You know, it's very difficult. Difficult really, it's not easy, I would say. And then we're looking at how do we earn profit. And the interesting thing for me, so when for example, we opened the Car People back in 2000. When we opened the Car People in 2000, I think the minimum wage was just over £5 an hour, which you can't believe. I mean, it seems like that was maybe 100 years ago, not 25. So crazy. But yeah, the minimum wage was just over £5. Fuel was well under £1 a litre. So on and so forth. Yeah, advertising costs were dramatically less. So back then to now, the costs have just like spiraled. Like obviously minimum wage gone from like £5 whatever 40 to whatever it is now, £13.40. Huge increase. And what hasn't happened in our industry, and I don't know what this is like, I mean, it's a bit different in our industry because the market sets the price. So if we were selling, if we made, I don't know, Giles, and we were selling the Giles, you just say to all your customers, you say, look, we're going to have to put the cost of the Giles up now because this has gone up and that's gone up. And that's what happens if we had a fish and chip shop. We say, look, we're going to put the cost of fish and chips up. But with us, because we are still in a market that's very aggressive and competitive, we can't just put the prices up. And what that means is, the long way of saying this is that our margins aren't much different to what they were back in 2000. But just as I've said with minimum wage, it's gone from say £5 to £13. That's like nearly 3 times as much. But we haven't put 3 times as much margin across those cars, and that's why this job at this moment is quite difficult, because it's very difficult to get the margin, and that's probably one of the reasons why we get such a varied selection of stock. Because what we're actually trying to do is buy cars or vans or pickups that have got margin in them, and that sounds obvious, but it's not easy, believe it or not. And there's a lot of cars that you just retail and they don't have margin. But the other thing that is also a key part of that is this sort of risk element, and it just seems to be getting progressively worse with modern cars. And you look around and you go, what could go wrong? Well, I mean, I'll just literally tell you about every car. So that's a Tesla Model S. Believe it or not, probably more reliable than a lot of cars. But main issues with Tesla, we get a load of wear on suspension components. They're heavy on tyres. And then there'll be things like they might get water in lights and things like that. So, but on the whole, Teslas are not actually bad. When they're bad because it's very expensive, and it has to go to Tesla. We've got a Ford there. Everybody knows they're very good cars, Ford, and I love Fords personally. But the wet belt. So everybody knows about wet belts. It puts them off, and that is essentially a timing belt that is within the oil system of the car. Instead of it being dry outside the engine, it's inside essentially, and it's within the oil. And if the belt breaks down or degrades, the particles go into the oil, then the oil goes around the engine and the turbo and things like that, and the injectors, and it puts bits of rubber or silicone or whatever, and it can wreck the engine, wreck the turbo, etc. So yeah, wet belts, so that's one issue. I mean, that ain't got a wet belt, I should touch wood. RAV4, nothing ever goes wrong with Toyotas, they're fine. Kia, nothing much goes wrong with Kias, they're fine. Nissan Navara, they have the faults, they have a load of faults with knock sensors and DPFs. BMW M5, I mean, where do I start? Largely it's a reliable car, but the bills if it does go wrong a lot. That's not ours, that's a customer's car. It's going for a head gasket. So again, there's quite a few common issues on the Vauxhall, Peugeot, Citroen stuff. Again, they suffer with wet belt problems. Does anybody aware, I don't know if anybody's aware of this, but Range Rovers do actually have a reputation of costing you a lot of money to run. I didn't know if people are aware. Insurance is high, as we all know, and they do have the faults. This one in particular, I mean, it's a nice car actually, it's black with ivory interior. Lovely car, lovely interior. We've got a few bits ripped out of this because it's come in. They'll call a bit of the dash missing there. So it's come in with a couple of faults. Speakers weren't working and the rear camera, and they both got water. And that's a common fault. This is what the nature of the video, common faults, that the seal goes on the sunroof here. So this has had a new sunroof, windscreen. It's only a sunroof if you lay down on the chair. This is the windscreen. These leak and then the water gets in, and so we've put a new windscreen in, but that's the reason why it's got a lot of components being dragged out, because we've pulled them out dry, and hopefully it fixes them. If not, we're going to have to replace them. So this is a nice car. This would have it's had the timing chain done as well by the previous keeper, but common fault timing chains go. So they're common, they have loads of problems. This is a Tesla, again same as the Model S. Thankfully they don't have loads of problems. This is an old car, they're alright, other than the sunroof, but that's not the car's fault. So that's off. We've just bought a new sunroof for that. It's got a lovely panoramic roof with a rear. No longer do any manufacturers do this, as far as I know. It's got a rear the pan roof itself, the front is huge and it opens, and most cars that I've always seen in the past, they'll have glass in the back but it doesn't open. On this one it opens, so it's got two opening mechanisms and the rear one's failed. So I'm not blaming the car for that. I wouldn't say that's like a common issue, it's just bad luck, and that's why it's wearing a coat. BMW 335, there's not much to say about that, they tend to be good. Mercedes, this one's okay, but diesels, a lot of problems with NOx sensors and AdBlue. Skywell, that's in for warranty work. Mini's a customer's car warranty work, and the e-tron, these again, they're not mechanically or electrically, they don't seem to have loads of problems. The main problem with that car, to be honest, but he's suffered it now, is depreciation, but that means it's great value. We've sold it and it is flipping good value, and that's a Vorsprung. It is literally top of the range as you can get. As I mentioned earlier, two sunroof panels, but this one won't open. And then it's got these cool little cameras instead of door mirrors. If it is cool, I don't know. I think personally I don't see what glass has done wrong. And then we've got this, which is an RS4. So again, not really nice car this, not really any known faults with these, but you're worried because it's a 4.2 V8. So the fear is, what happens if it goes wrong? Well, the answer is it's going to cost us a load of money. There's no second, unfortunately, there's no easy way to say that it will cost a lot of money, but I think it's worth it. If you listen to that, they do sound, I mean, this car, wow, what an engine, 4.2 V8. Would like to put a big exhaust on it, which sounds pretty good for that, as you can hear. So that's, yeah, cool car, very cool car. So that's that, and then we're into good old Toyota M2CS. Don't mention that. We're just having that ceramic. That's having ceramic on it as we speak. The Yaris GR, there's a good car. They don't have many problems. They're a pretty safe bet. Move on. Ford Ranger, guess what? Wet belt engine. So we've done this damn car. This is a customer's car. We've done the wet belt. It's got a problem now with the basically the AdBlue has it's caused some wear to the exhaust valves, and we're just rebuilding it now. It's going to Ford. It's going to have a new cylinder head. Massive job. You've got this little van here, which I thought, wow, I've done well here. Bought a van. I think I paid just over £7,000 for this plus VAT, and it probably retails at 9 grand plus VAT. So nice £2,000 margin, and you think, you greedy bugger, why do you need £2,000? Well, first of all, we pay VAT on the margin. That's one thing. But cars go wrong, and this is a prime example. It's come in, and it's got a slight knock on the when it's on tick over. You can just hear every few seconds a slight knock. I'll be honest, I might have missed it. Luckily, we've got some good guys here that aren't me. And there's wear to these shells, which are sort of bearings, so they're going to have to be replaced. But again, huge job, expensive. We'll end up not making any money on it. Case in point, this Audi. So this has come from a previous customer, lovely gentleman. He didn't drive it much at all. Lovely car. And again, I thought we'd done well. Thought we'd give really low price. Well, I think we gave the customer a fair price, but it felt like we'd done well. We thought, well, we offered. I think this car we gave 4,400 for, and it retails probably 8,000-ish. So you think, you greedy bugger, but we've already had to refurb all 4 alloys, and then we knew it'd need a lot of work because it's been stud. We just didn't realise quite how much. So this has now had, as you can see, new discs. It will have had new suspension. It's had a new clutch. It's had new tyres. It's had new wheels, obviously wheels refurbed. And by the end of that, believe it or not, we will have spent, on preparation, we will have spent over or around, and this is internal. This isn't like we're going to Audi to get it done. This is internal. We charge ourselves. We'll spend about £2,000 on it. So when you take the VAT out of the margin, which is about £800, I think, off the top of my head, and then the cost of the prep, £2,000, 2,800, and then you add in, we always put a warranty on every car, and we put money in a sort of goodwill pot for emergencies, off of things that aren't covered by warranty. So when you take that out, we're going to be, and then if we sell it straight away, well, we've got to advertise that, we'll make a bit of profit, £500, £600. But if we don't sell it straight away and have to reduce it, we'll sell it for cost. And it's crazy when you think that, it's not too bad that, because we only had to give 4,400 to hardly make any money. On some of these cars, we're giving 20, 30, 40,000 pounds and hardly making any money. But it is definitely difficult. You take this back to the RAV4 really, and I know I said nothing goes wrong with Toyotas, and it doesn't. And that one in particular, it's still under warranty. I put a margin across that, which probably isn't enough for the value of the car, like it's £35,000 car. But by the same token, it's nearly new RAV4 and it's over £30,000, so we just wanted to make sure it gets sold quickly really. But it indicates there aren't huge profit margins, is my point, and that's why we're on the lookout for profit rather than, but not to say we'll buy any car and we can get good prices. And whilst I might say, look, I can't buy that, whatever Peugeot 108 because not enough margin, blah blah blah, but there'll be a Peugeot dealer who's desperate for it, who's got a customer lined up. So what we do with our customers, if somebody tells us the car that we want, well, if somebody offers a car, we always try and buy it, no matter what it is, car, van, motorhome, pickup, we always try and buy them, as long as it's got 4 wheels. But what I would do is, if it was something that we perhaps can't retail for whatever reason, it might be too high, too low, might not have enough required margin, we can always get really, really, really good prices. And the case in point, we've just traded 2 MX-5s, which, yeah, we ain't got retail money for them, of course, but we've got more than, well, we've made profit, which indicates we've got more than I perhaps thought they were worth really. So we can buy, we can sell, and we do sell anything, and we will trade vehicles. That's how we started the business, doing trade to trade. So if you've got a vehicle, don't think, oh gosh, you won't have enough margin, they might want it because it's this much money, or they might not want it because it's that low money. We want everything, trust me, we'll buy anything. But we just have to make sure that we get it, try and get it as right as we can. Another example, this Ford Transit which we bought off a customer last week, lovely van, it's got that Rhino rack on it, which is really expensive on the top. Big van, suits a lot of purposes, and it was, I'm thinking, well, where's the catch? I've managed to get £2,000 margin, and I'm thinking, oh, we might have nailed it on this one. No damage, door mirrors normally get damaged. I thought, we've nailed it, £2,000 profit. And then the guy said, do know the wet belt's due, don't you? So it's due on time because it's a 20 plate, so it's due at 6 years, so we've got to do a wet belt. So even us doing it ourselves, it's £1,000. So again, I guess the moral of the story is, like, I'm going to get my tiny violin out. Cool ladders, look. I'm going to get my tiny violin out, but all joking aside, it's just an indication that it's actually difficult to, it's not as easy as people think, and we're making it work, of course, but it's hard, it's difficult, and it's a battle, and I think it's important. And I guess the reason for the video, is 2 things or 3 things. One is to say we want you stock. If you've got something to sell and it's got 4 wheels, sell it us, please. Secondly, we're on the lookout for a sales advisor, social media. Please tell us if you find somebody. And the third thing is really to support us, and it's so, we've seen it grow and grow and grow and grow, in spite of the job being difficult, is the social media, the YouTube, all the presence. So if you can share and like and subscribe, game changer for us, absolute game changer. And just to put that in perspective, in February we had a dreadful month out of the 3. The inquiries were just on the floor. We were hardly getting inquiries, and we were getting through week by week because we'd have a previous customer come, or we'd have a referral come, or we'd have somebody who knew so-and-so and they knew of us previously, or somebody who was local. So whilst we are going through this difficult time that we're going through and everybody's going through, the support means such a lot, and we try to do it. So we will always, like, we use G Motorbody, all the companies we use, RS Wheels, we shout out, and as I'm doing now on this video, we shout out and we mention and we support them. and I actively go on their profiles and like and share and subscribe, and we try and deal with local companies. So we're looking for some air fresheners and key rings and things, and we're looking at, if we want to use a local company. So please, if you can support us, please support us. And I don't mean by giving us money, I mean by selling us stuff, recommending stuff, and following and liking and sharing our socials, and it really helps, and we really appreciate it. So yeah, that's that. So woe is me. So no, not woe is me. We've had a good quarter. I'm very, very happy with the quarter we've had. Paul's leaving, which is sad, but congratulations to him. And we've got a lot of the year to look forward to. We've got 2 more models coming in the Skywell range. Obviously the service centre's getting more and more up and running. I mean, when we only moved in a few months ago, and it felt very much like a new business. It was you know, we were still learning, but you look at it now and it genuinely feels like a proper business, really. Not now, because there's nobody here. I don't know where everybody is. But any other time I walk through, there's loads of people working, but obviously not now. There's just me and Eric and Adam. Yeah, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, please share, please like, please comment, please be nice. And if we do that, we will succeed, hopefully. Yeah.